dopamine detoxes. Is
Yeah.
that genius or is that like some snake oil scammery?
Well, it's the source that's stimulating your dopamine.
Dude,
So if the source is social media scrolling, then yeah, you got to figure out a way to cut back and detox from that because that's not actual real dopamine.
yeah.
You're getting little tiny hits. It's the anticipation of a reward that gives you the biggest dopamine surge. And that's where social media is brilliant and they know dopamine. The designers behind it are experts on dopamine. That's how they get you hooked. And when you are you're scrolling, anticipating your next, oh my gosh, or laughter, or, or learning something or whatever it is, that's where you're getting the dopamine, the biggest release of dopamine. And so the problem is people that are scrolling for minutes or hours on end are changing their dopamine baseline. And so because they're getting so much dopamine that whole time, without any work associated with it, it's false dopamine. It's raising their baseline. Now they're addicted. Now they have to have it. Just like a drug user has to use more and more drugs. Same thing with dopamine. The drug user has changed their baseline. Dopamine user, same thing. Dopamine it's a neurotransmitter or a drug. And you can call it either one. And once your baseline is bumped up, then you're in trouble because now you have to meet that new baseline. But once you realize this process and then start cutting back, it's easier to cut back than to go just cold turkey. But again, that depends on who you are. I'm more of a cold turkey guy. In fact, I was what was the program? I think it was Instagram, maybe. No, TikTok. It was TikTok. And this was a couple of years ago. And so I was surfing TikTok and mainly to learn things because, I'm a lifelong learner and my brain loves to learn new things. And my wife commented, and while I'm scrolling, time just disappears. And so I will look at my watch 2 hours later thinking 10 minutes had gone by. I'm like, oh, what the heck? Oh my gosh. Now I'm not going to get everything done today. Where did the time go? And so my wife just jokingly said one day, hey, it looks like you're addicted to TikTok. And I couldn't refute it. I was like, because I look back on all those 2-hour segments that I blinked out on. It's like a blackout. I'm like, yeah, actually, I am. And I just quit cold turkey. And some people can do that. It depends on who you are and your personality, but for sure, cut back. I mean, just this morning, I posted on my X, I said, here's a thought experiment. See, I wonder how many people could actually do this. Is first, just track how much time you're scrolling every day. And then write it down. That's the time that you did. Now spend that same amount of time in prayer and Bible reading. Or reverse it. Do the prayer and Bible reading first, record that amount of time, and now that's your allowance for scrolling.
For 8 hours? Oh my.
That's and it's just a thought experience. I'm not telling anybody to do it, but it just gets people thinking. They're like, oh my gosh. Or put anything in there. Put, exercise. So record your time scrolling and now do that same amount of time exercising. Well, you probably wouldn't have any time left in the day if you were being honest with ourselves. And so it kind of puts it in perspective. But just the first step of recording how much time you're scrolling is an eye-opener because of the effect that I mentioned earlier of time disappearing, which happens when you're in the zone or when you're on dopamine. Just time just disappears and just flies, and you look at your watch, you think, my watch can't be right. What the heck happened? But that's dopamine at work.